Boom! Welcome in tonight, guys. Alabama versus Duke. It did not go as planned right there. 85-65. The tie goes down in the final by 20 right there in the Elite Eight. We have got a great post-game show lined up for you guys. I'm JT, your host right here of Going Hard in the Paint. Normally on Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Central Time. We got a gang with us tonight, and if you're here with us, make sure you first like and subscribe to the channel, but also leave a comment. Tell us your thoughts on the game tonight. Let us know what you think.
We don't want to know what your thoughts on the game tonight are. Don't.
No, I want to know. I want to know. No, I want to know because I want to see what if people are thinking the same, or what, how it is. Because honestly, back-to-back Elite Eights, last year Final Four run with that Elite Eight. And now we're getting halted in the Elite Eight right here against a great Duke team. Okay,
we are.
So it's not like we lost to the 16 seed Robert Morris. You're like, what happened? That was a nuclear blow up. No, we just lost to a great Duke team. We were not shooting the best. We should have saved about 7 of those threes from the other night, and we could have added 21 points to this game and won by 1 just now. But hey, can't do that. Anyways. We got a great show tonight. Daniel Pettey, how you doing tonight, brother? How you feeling, man? How was that?
I'll get retrospective in a day or so, and because I think in retrospect we're gonna look back and say, hey, man, we're kind of a basketball school now, back-to-back Elite Eights. Once you get in this tournament, it's always a crapshoot. The best team hardly ever wins it, so just to get this far is an accomplishment. Look, man, hats off. We ran into a buzzsaw in Duke. Flag and the Mulak kid that's 9 foot tall that you can't get in the paint on. They were just, they were terrors tonight. You just ran into a buzzsaw. It is what it is. Duke's a great team. Got a good chance I think we may see them playing for the championship, if I had to guess. Yeah. But, man, look. We're in a good spot. Nate Oates is built a program here, so it sucks now, but the future's bright, and I'm going to take that away. We're playing Duke in the Elite Eights now. That's what we do. We go to Final Four last year, Elite Eight this year. You run it up. Let's reload. We're going to have guys go pro. We're going to lose Sears. We'll lose Nelson. We'll lose these guys. Let's reload and do it again. But yeah, it sucks right now, but that's what happens, man. You run into some damn good teams, and tonight we ran into one.
That is very true. I agree. That was a great one there.
Sorry, you asked how I couldn't have just said, man, I'm pissed off. I can't say I
no. No, I'm with you. I feel like the show's gonna be a lot of that tonight. Herb, how you feel tonight, brother?
First, Henry, say hello to everybody. Henry.
Hello.
Wow, that was weird.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
chat. Make sure y'all tell them hello.
We kind of talked about it a little off air. It's like, I think Pettey put it perfectly before this. Raj and I experienced this, unfortunately, in the blowout Clemson loss. When you know the other team is better, it's kind of tough to be like upset, angry. They were the better team. We're a 2 seed losing to a 1 seed in the Elite Eight. You can't be upset at the team. You can't say, oh my God, what did we do wrong? They were the better team with the possible number 1 draft pick. And I know what they hit 83, 85 by the end. We honestly didn't play awful on defense. We just didn't play up to our standards on offense. Yeah. And
we stopped Cooper Flag for real. Yeah. It was just everybody else played.
Yeah. If you had told me that Duke would hit 85, I honestly, before the game, would have said, oh, I bet you we're hitting 90, 95 and winning this game, and it just –
well, yeah, and they got virtually no help off the bench either. It was just their starters.
Yeah. Like, Phylon should just never be, like, your best scorer with the way he shoots.
Yeah, 16 points.
He should never hit your most threes. So Phylon hits your most threes, and Sherelle hits your second most. Like, if I told you that before the game, you guys would go, we're screwed. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What happened is what actually happened is what we would have said what would happen. So yes. You are. You are right.
I told you that. So it's I can't be mad at the team. You're a football school and your basketball team is getting to a Final Four, getting to an Elite Eight. It was a great run. You lost to second best team? And that's not even counting Auburn as the best team. If Florida's the best team, how many brackets did you do where you had Florida versus Duke in your final and be honest.
Well, my champion just got busted. I had us playing Florida. So
I have
Yeah.
Florida, Bama.
no. Yeah, it was something like that. Well, we played Florida in the Final Four or championship or something like that.
It'd be the championship because
Yeah,
the
the
next
championship. Yeah,
the next
'cause they're on
round
the-
would
on
be
the other
against
side.
Tennessee,
Right.
Houston winner.
Yeah. So just to say though, there's no shame in this. You lost to a great team. I mean, and that's kind of what happens. You know, you see the areas you need to improve on. I still believe in Nate's as a Nate Oates as a coach.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think there's any. You know, there's no X and O's for this game. The other team was better. So
yeah, I agree.
I'm trying to talk so much so that Raj has nothing he can say when he gets on there, and he just looks terrible. Love you, Raj.
But Raj,
But that's the problem. He could say nothing and still look so damn good.
He does though.
Thank you, Pettey.
Do you know that my mom once a week texts me and says, you know, Raj is the good-looking son. Just let him know. That's what she texts me. She does.
Please keeps you grounded.
Yeah, you know, she just like, hey, yep. I still love you. I'm just being honest. I'm like, oh, thanks, Mom. Appreciate it.
Now we know the parenting secrets because we are parents.
Yeah. Oh, so Raj gave my mom twins. It's over with for me. So. Like,
oh yeah, bro.
It.
You are second to none now.
I mean,
he is the best now. Second to none. You are leftovers. Yeah, I got some leftovers in the fridge.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's me. She calls Raj up.
You want to go to McDonald's? I got that McDonald's money now.
She calls Raj up to tell him she loves him, and she calls me up to tell me she needs some stuff hung at the house. Like that's
man.
So, yeah, that's
because you live closer to her.
Oh no, stop, Raj. Hey, we don't need your logic right now. He's about to
That is fun. That is fun, guys. Well, make sure that you guys like and subscribe for us too here. Raj with us tonight too, guys. Real quick before we get started, I got a brain fart right here. But what do we need? Because we needed them tonight, Herb, and we needed to sling them around, and we might need some tears with them tonight.
For the tears tonight, baby.
And we might actually need them. And it's gonna be like this right here. Tonight we were doing this to start, and now we just started wiping tears away now. But it's multi-use. It's multi-use.
Grab it. Come on. He's watching himself on TV and it's behind, so he's shocked. So he's like, why am I not getting it yet? What's going on? Yeah, it's like you said. Look, we still always support Title Town, man. Those are still great guys. Tonight, like you said, it might be tears instead of cheers, but still grab it. Title Town, love those guys. Love Whitwell Sports, man. Go check them out. Tell them Raj sent you. You might get a better discount than if you tell them Herb sent you.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you might get the discount. You might not, depending on who said what. So, Pettey, tonight we had a couple bricks, couple stones. Could have built something around your house, made it look real beautiful. Will you let the beautiful people know if they're looking for something
way behind
that they can find it at realrockstone.com? Let them know, Pettey.
We can hear you.
They do that in case the guy that's talking now says anything real dumb and they can delete it and stop. So it's a delay for people like me in the world, buddy. But look, if you're sad over that game, don't be sad. Go spend some more money to make yourself happy, make your wife happy, put some beautiful stone on that house. And that way, everybody's happy tomorrow. Go to realrockstone.com, Lambstone Company. They're located in Aniana, Alabama. They're one of the oldest, most trusted sources in the state to meet all your stone project needs in the garden, on the house, anything you need. Check them out after the show. Tell them we sent you using the promo code The Bama Standard to receive 10% off your purchase of stone. That's a heck of a deal. Look, might have been throwing up the bricks tonight, but let's forget bricks. Go get you some stones, some rocks at Real Rock. But again, Let's not lament on this. Losing to Duke in the Elite Eight. I mean, that's more you've arrived.
Yeah,
I know we want to cut the nets down, and I think we're going to get there one day with Coach Oates, but today just wasn't that day.
Yeah, man, this season had a little bit of ups and downs, but we had some very big ups. And had some great runs there. I think we peaked a little bit too much Thursday night. But hey, we are where we are right now. Initial reactions to the game right here, guys. It's
Okay,
it's a
Ephraim.
wind of emoji.
I was
What'd he
kidding.
say? Y'all wanted
Ephraim
them
called
Duke
me out
boys,
because
you
we
got
said
it.
we wanted Duke.
No, I didn't. Y'all did. Y'all
What?
did. I
did.
said
I
I
did.
wanted
I
Arizona.
did.
I said I'll take
Okay, so
Arizona.
look, maybe we should learn from the other teams in football season that do the we want Bama crap.
No,
maybe we shouldn't
don't
want
want
Duke,
Duke.
but I wanted
We
them.
don't want them. No, we
My bad,
wanted
Ephraim.
Arizona, and we wanted Arizona to show up and want Duke, and we could have just wanted Arizona. Like, but man, either way though, Pettey, y'all had the right idea, bro. If we couldn't have beat Duke, we were probably going to lose in the Final Four right there to Houston or Tennessee. They're playing hot right now too. So Duke has a team that they're going to play here
Say hi, Henry.
Saturday.
Everybody
It's
good.
going to be. It's
Yeah,
going to be
back.
fantastic.
Okay.
He said, "Who's the young buck in the upper right corner?"
He said, well, hey, come here, say hi. Come here, say hi.
He was like,
say
I'm
hi.
a magician.
He's like,
I'm
bye.
out.
Yeah, back.
He's
Call
like,
me
"Hi."
Houdini because I'm gone.
So, Herb, let's kick us off tonight. What's your immediate reactions to the game, brother?
It's like you're watching this game, right? And we would hit just enough shots to
Stay
keep
relevant.
it like where you had a little bit of
Yep.
hope, right? I feel like some other guys are gonna talk about the Stars specifically, so I'm gonna say the sequence where I knew we weren't gonna win, and that was 6 minutes left in the game, right? And I think Sears goes to the line, and I want to say we're like down like 9, something like that. Sears gets fouled. He missed a free throw.
Yep.
We get the
Boom.
rebound.
I know.
We get the rebound. We miss another shot. They get the ball. We go down. We get a steal or tie up, whatever you want to call it, right? We come down. Nelson missed another shot. And then they come down to score. I was like, that's the exact point. Up until then, I had hope. But at that point is where I was like, we're not winning this game. Everything went right for that whole minute with us down like 9-11, and we couldn't hit a shot. To me, that was it. So, and I posted it on our Twitter. I said our stars weren't starring tonight. You know, that's. I hate to say this about Mark Sears, and I know this sounds like just terrible, but these are the things that kind of made him come back to school. Why his draft stock wasn't great. Games like this is where you kind of prove yourself, and where you need your Nelsons and you need your Mark Sears. And you ain't gonna get it. So again,
what was the line? 1 for 2 for 12.
12,
field
yeah,
goals,
1
1 for 5.
I was
Yeah.
hoping
2 for
after
12, 1
halftime.
for 5.
I was
1
hoping,
for 3 from the free throw line. Like that's.
And it's not that. And look, I get we're a team predicated on firing it from when you step off the bench, but some of them look pressured tonight. Like got them and just even more so than usual. That just didn't look comfortable early going. I don't know, man. It was.
Yeah.
It was shaky all night, man. The game was weird. Raj, man, what's your immediate reactions to this game right here as we kind of break this down? What's your thoughts, brother?
Immediate reaction, man. Obviously, I'm disappointed like everybody else. Let's be honest, though. We faced the team that I think will probably win the whole thing. I think they'll be playing Florida at the end, and that's going to be a hell of a game.
Yeah.
I just feel like all night Duke forced us to take some really, really uncomfortable shots all night. They guarded us extremely well on the perimeter. They didn't ease up like BYU did. When we played BYU just was under the impression that eventually we would start missing shots, and we just kept shooting and making them. Duke never even gave us the chance to get into any type of offensive rhythm. They locked us up from the perimeter, and they forced our smaller guards to kind of go down and get layups. And then when they were going for layups, everybody would collapse on them. Duke center, I hope I missed. I don't know if I pronounced his name. Malak. He would get some blocks in. If it wasn't them, then Cooper Flagg would kind of get down there and get some blocks in. So all night we just never got any kind of rhythm. When we did hit a three, we would miss the next few. Sears was off all night. Sears' game tonight kind of reminded me of 2 years ago when Brandon Miller went cold against San Diego State. It was just, the end of the game season, just absolutely cold when we
I got that Miller jersey on, baby.
Yep, one of my favorite Bama players, but it's unfortunate, man. Their defense was the whole end game tonight. They locked us up all over, and kudos to them, man. They got a good team, and
they do.
It is what it is, man. I mean,
like you said, well, kudos to them though, Raj.
Yeah.
You hit it on the head right when you just said about they got a good team. You think they're going to win it all? You think it'll be them in Florida?
I think they'll beat Florida. Yep.
I was just about to say, now, do you think Auburn's going to win tomorrow? Let me ask you that.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want them to because I have like a friendly wager going on with somebody that Bama is going to make it farther in the tournament. So in order for me to kind of even out, I need Auburn to lose.
Yeah,
but I think
Elite
Auburn
Eight
wins.
tie.
Hey, he made this wager live on air too, so he can't escape it. Like there is no.
Well, I can tell you this. Screw the SEC horse shit. Go Spartans.
Yeah.
I kind of it'll be interesting to see how it plays out now. I think it's going to be interesting. Florida's hot. They faced some adversity today and did really well.
I thought Tech was going to have that one today, man.
I did too for a minute, bro. But Florida fall back. Well, Junior's the best player in the country to me, dude. I'm sorry. I think Clayton Jr. is one of the best players. Well, I ain't gonna say the best player because his defense.
Ago in that game, that kid put the team on his shoulder and said, "We're about to win this damn thing."
He did.
Yeah.
When he started dribbling back out to the 3-point line and hitting fadeaway threes, I was like, you know,
when he did that, I said, that's Kobe. I was like,
and not to come full circle.
That's Kobe.
To what you were talking about earlier, though, Herb, that's kind of what we needed from Sears tonight.
Yep.
You know, we needed Sears to have that Clayton dog in him, where he says, "It don't matter the moment. Come on, let's ride."
Yeah.
That honestly, guys, that's. I'm trying not to be too hard on him, to be fair, right? But these are the games when your stars have to be stars. You know, you don't look at this game and think, you know, oh man, Aiden Sherrell's going to hit a couple shots for us, or oh, is Stevenson going to be great off the bench? No, in a game like this, you're like, hey, Sears, hey, Nelson, and I feel like Nelson, you know, was a gamer in this one, but Sears has to show up. You can't have 4 games in the tournament and be bad in 3 of them. Like that just, and I know we won the first 2 and we're kind of sweeping under the rug and you have that record-setting performance, but you can't have 4 games in the tournament and be bad in 3. That just doesn't. That's your. I don't know how your legacy you look at because we did make our Final Four last year, but you needed him in this game. He had to be great, and you can't say, "Oh, Duke's a great team." Because that's a cop-out. If you're trying to get to the next level, you're playing nothing but good teams, right?
Yes,
you're right.
Yeah.
Their defense is what was the difference, in my opinion, especially late in the game. Their defense was. But Pettey, let me get your initial reactions real quick on this, and then I want to hear everybody's kind of pivotal moment. So go ahead, your initial reactions, and then end it off with a pivotal moment that kind of changed the things in the game right here for you.
Man, to go the opposite way, they're right. The defense kind of stymied the 3-point game, but on the flip side, I know that we couldn't get stops when we needed them the most. We would get it to 7. I felt like we got it to 7 or 8 so many times, and it's like, okay, you get a stop here, hit a 3, you get it to 5. Then you kind of get the ball rolling, get a turnover, and that's when you get one of those runs. And the run just never came. That's the thing that this team. When this team is really so dangerous and what we talked about all year, like where when this gets going, they can't be beat, is because they go on these runs that are just so fast. In 1 minute, 2 minutes, you put up 12 points, and it just didn't come tonight. And you want to say the pivotal moment. I think I actually agree with Herb. It was, or maybe it was Raj was talking about. There was a
whoa. Pick one.
I can't remember. I think it was you, Herb, saying it. I think you're talking about when you missed the free throw, and then there was just a possession where you got it to 70.
That was Herb.
Could have cut it. I don't know, man. There was just, I want to say the 27 different times it felt like we cut it to 7 and then couldn't cut it to 5.
I was saying
that was it.
I was like,
it just felt like it kept happening. So I don't want to say, I can't pick one because I felt like it happened 5 or 6 times. Like, here's the moment, and then it didn't happen. So there was 4 or 5 times during the game that happened.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting on it. Didn't happen. Go ahead, Raj.
No, I was always hoping, like I was saying, if we can get it within 5 or 6 points, man, I think we can make this a game and kind of make a run. But that just never really happened. Another pivotal moment where I thought we were really going to turn the tide, no pun intended, was when Grant Nelson blocked Flag's dunk. If Flag had got that dunk, I felt like the entire gym would have exploded, and that game would have just got even worse. But Nelson just stood up and said, "Hey, dog, I'm here. And after that, I think Sears went down and actually hit a 3 in the corner. And I thought that's where we were going to go on the run, but that never really transpired. But
Nelson knew that I went over. Nelson knew I went over on his fantasy points, and that I needed that block. I needed them 4 points, and I got it. And I mean, if somebody did bet on him,
I thought Nelson did a respectable job.
He did.
He played good. He played good.
Flag
and
was
look, the thing about Flag. Let me get on that real quick because the thing I don't like is I don't know more than Nate Oates. I don't know more than anybody on Bama's basketball team. Let me say that first and foremost, okay? I am no way, shape, and form more qualified than any one of them. But I am so wondering why. And you can just see by his play. Go back and watch it. And not just this game, and we didn't do it a lot in this game, so you have to go back to another game to see it. Put pressure on Flag. Put somebody on his hip that has length. He does not like nobody in his face, and he don't have handles enough to get out of it. Now, you give him space with his size, and he's going to get going, and he's going to draw the foul. That's what he does. He has the size to do that. So I'm confused why we were just playing that shallow man at the 3 line. Like, go out there on him. Get in his face. Don't even allow him to get the ball. And then when he does, right when he puts it on the floor, you're right there. Yeah, you're in it. And that's when he's going to be looking to pass. Okay. So, but we wasn't doing that, and it kind of made where he had time, and then he was able to distribute too. I mean, he had I think 12 assists and rebounds combined, meaning that and 6 of his rebounds was offense, get backs. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like the dude was on it tonight, man. And own it in a different way when I say that.
Actually,
it was in a different way.
He had 9 rebounds. He had no offensive rebounds.
I meant defense. I meant defense. My bad.
And he shot 6 for 16, so they weren't.
Nelson played good
get off against us.
He did. The only thing was, man, he was getting. There was just the moments. We talk about the moments.
Yeah.
And there was moments where it was 5 or 7, and then he'd find a guy. Or he would be the cause of the play to get this and that. Yeah. And it was just, I felt we could have did more.
Find number 9. All you had to do was throw it somewhere towards the vicinity of the basket.
Why Maury was not on like man status with him. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I thought Diabate would shadow him a lot too, just because he's physical and faster than Cliff.
They just had so much height. Man, this was the first SEC game, guys. I'll be honest. Man, you watched so many games in this tournament. Arkansas against Texas Tech, Ole Miss versus Michigan State. SEC had the size and athletic advantage. Tonight was the first game where you looked on the court and, man, Duke had the height on us.
Duke, they had that one guard, was it Sheon James? He's like 6'6", 220.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, dude,
what the fuck? Every one of them.
Good Lord.
He must do that that water thing in the morning. You know what I'm talking about? What's that viral thing?
Waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So Herb, what's a pivotal moment for you? I kind of said mine right there. That was mine, talking about the kind of his Flag's moments. There wasn't, like I'm saying, he didn't go off in the scoring department and do the whole, run up that, but he knew what to do in certain moments, and that's when I think our defense was not doing as good. And Nate Oates said this at one point in the break, that he can draw out whatever play he wants on offense if the defense can't get a stop.
Yeah,
right.
Man, it's just God, it's got me thinking about it more and more now. I'm gonna have to rewatch the game.
Well, and Ephraim asked if we play, and that's the thing about Bama, man. And someone asked me, I think before the game, I'm so scared. Have we had a stretch where we do what we did to BYU 2 games in a row? I'm like, well, we've done it 2 in a row. It's 3 in a row where we've run into a problem. So I'm like, all right, we may be okay tonight. But yeah, I mean, you just never know. That's the thing. Is Bama's shot falling? That's the question with the team. If the shot's falling, it's a different game, but it didn't fall tonight. And Duke, I mean, again, you don't want to take away from what Duke was able to do, but Bama is a different animal from one night to the next.
Yep.
So, Herb, what's your pivotal moment in the game, and how do you feel about things that transpire in the game?
Okay. So I kind of alluded to it earlier. So I found the exact sequence because I was trying to. This is what this show has done to me. I'm watching the game and I'm trying to remember. Oh crap! I need to take notes because this is it right here. You know. So that's what the show has done. But it was 6:49 left in the game. They foul us. They're up 11. Sears, and then we have a TV timeout. Sears missed a free throw. I'm like, well, that's weird. Stevenson comes around. He grabs a rebound. Calls a timeout before he falls out. Youngblood misses a layup on a great drive. I'm like, oh man, we get a tie up. They give us a steal. We come back down. Grant Nelson misses a very makeable layup. And then they go down, they get fouled, and they make a free throw. And the lead's now 12, which does seem terrible. That was a sequence with 6 minutes left where I'm thinking we didn't get anything done on. You get a minute or two stretch where everything goes right for you, and we don't get points and they get points. That's the point where I thought, okay, we're not getting this game.
And you've watched enough basketball to know in your life when that shot doesn't fall, the one that you're right point blank laying in there, and it goes halfway down and comes out.
Yes, from two different. But you miss a Mark Sears layup and then a Youngblood and a Nelson layup, all in the same minute stretch. That's when I kind of said, yeah, we're not winning.
This is not.
I started setting up. I started setting up for the show at that point. I was like, yeah.
The rest of the game, the final score is whatever the final score is.
Oh, and
I knew
20 points.
Red 3-3-3-4 point. Yeah, number 9 and that set the tone of the game. We couldn't get in the paint in the first half. If you went in the paint, that guy, it was
you're getting your shot blocked.
It was getting eaten up. You just because the height and the size. So yes, so when that does change, and you guys know that everybody who's played basketball. When you've got a guy that's doing that in the paint, it changes how you approach the basket. So
well,
the Nelson one went like halfway down and came out. I felt like that was ordained that we weren't going to win.
Miss
You know what I mean?
Dunks too?
Yeah. Cliff missed dunk.
Cliff missed 2 dunks last game too. I couldn't figure that out too.
When we do a recap show, what grade we give Cliff is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it is. And we're definitely going to do that. It's another thing we'll announce kind of later on too, guys. We will have a show on Thursday night still to kind of recap the season and players and stuff like that. But we're going to move on with the pivotal moments right here in the game. Let me hear Rogers' pivotal moment for the game right here.
I mean, isn't that bad, Rod? You okay?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. From Alabama's perspective, we really didn't have any. I thought the most pivotal moment we could have had was Mark Sears' performance coming out after halftime. Because I thought just for him, not just for this game, but for his overall Alabama career, I wanted him to leave with a good stamp. I wanted him to come out here on fire, hit a couple threes, and get the crowd into it, etc. But it just never really transpired. It didn't happen. Other than that, there were a couple of times we were down 8 or 9, and I thought we could fight our way back into it, but we just never could. Duke just locked us up, man. So as far as pivotal moments from Alabama's perspective, I hate to say it, man. I'm just being honest. I don't really have too many right now.
Yeah, and I get it, man. It's a tough one, man, because that was what it is, man. And Pettey had some great ones there. Herb, you had some great ones, and I get it. It's a way, man. It's just that game still got me thinking right here, going through the emotions on that one there, and it's to kind of put a bow on that right here with the pivotal moments. One of the ones I'll think about early on in the game when they went up, and that was it.
Yeah,
I watched the Texas Tech Florida game. The first 5 minutes, I said, man, Texas Tech might win this game.
Yep.
All the way to the very, very end, and then that switch flipped, and Florida turned up. Okay, same thing here. Duke from the beginning, I was like, oh, man, I don't like how I'm seeing this right now. Like, Duke looks like they're just going to win this game. And our switch just didn't flip tonight.
Yeah.
It didn't come on. So I'll say early in the game, you can kind of tell that. It is what it is. Elite 8 back-to-back years, and last year was the Final Four run with that Elite 8. So cannot complain here. Bama basketball is doing great. No sad faces for real, guys. But why?
Hold on.
If you
Is this like coming from a non-SEC person? Let me
Oh,
address this real
definitely.
quick.
This seemed more like a
Yeah.
Duke person with the stuff.
All right.
Nobody
Well,
said
they
Duke
had-
would be a
half
5 seed in the
What did they have?
SEC.
Seven in the Sweet 16?
Yep.
That wasn't by fluke. North Carolina, the winningest program in tournament history, couldn't even get past little Ole Miss because they told them it was Ole Miss and they were going to do it, and they walked off with their head between their tails. Look, man, in individual games, teams are going to do stuff. There's been a lot of years where the whole SEC sucked, but they still won the national title in football because Alabama or Florida or whoever was a freaking stud. So, look, you can still have a great team from a shitty conference, which is what the ACC is now, a shitty conference. But they still have the best team probably right now in Duke. But they still got to get through Florida and some other SEC schools because there's still 4 left. Look, go to the non-conference. They said, hey, SEC, step up and schedule. They did. All these teams beat everybody. Kansas lost to Missouri preseason.
Mhm.
Arkansas waxed Iowa. So get out of here with the SEC
Auburn
bias.
beat
It wasn't
Duke.
SEC bias. It was SEC earned.
Go get him, Pettey. Go get him, Pettey.
Sorry.
And Auburn beat Duke too. So I mean,
No,
we can talk
Auburn
about
didn't.
that, too.
Auburn did
No,
not
Duke beat
Duke.
them.
Sorry.
But it was
Duke beat him.
Oh, yeah, no, you were saying. Never mind. I thought, my bad, Pettey. I thought you were trying to make it the point of the other way around. I thought you were saying it the other way around. Never mind. I
But
thought you were
enjoy
saying
your
something about
one team in the dance, and we'll see you in football season again. I think we played. As a matter of fact, I think Duke played in a bowl game against an SEC school. How'd that go?
ACC. The
Pettey's coming to
ACC
your
in
house,
football
Pettey.
is
Pettey's
the
coming to your
AC
house.
Right,
Okay.
get the bias shit stuff. I'm sorry, there's a kid here. Get the bias malarkey out of
Henry, earmuffs.
The ACC.
Earmuffs,
The
Henry.
earmuffs, son.
Hey, the
Are you
ACC
good?
in football is
He
non-existent.
said he's good. All right.
Why is
ACC
the
in
ACC
football is
teams
non-existent.
constantly begging the SEC to come in their conferences? Their
Yeah,
conference
they're not.
just dissipates.
Yeah, with football, they're non-existent. I wouldn't even have that conversation with that ACC on that right here. Their only hope is basketball that they hold on to by prayer. Through Duke, like you just said, does have some other teams to get through too this year that will be tough. Regardless, whether it's Houston or Tennessee next Saturday next week, it'll be good. Real quick, Herb. What do the people need to have, even though basketball season's over?
Hold this up.
We got 8A coming up.
Hold it up for him.
What's little man need to be
Here,
holding up right here? Other
Here.
way. And we're good to go. Other way. Up.
Yep.
He's
The
a pro.
title
He's a
towel.
pro.
Yep. You can win. Go ahead, swing it. Go ahead, swing it for us, Henry.
Petey Pablo.
He's staring at himself at the thing, and he's like so mesmerized. Like, oh, I like this. Go grab your title towel, folks. Support Whitwheel Sports, man. We're still supporting the Tide. There's other sports out there. We're still doing well.
No,
Wipe your tears and go out and cheer.
The conference is bad. We're telling you your conference sucks. It's proof in what y'all did in this tournament outside of one team. So you got one good team. The rest is a bunch of garbage, buddy.
Look, Jacob is one of those guys like, I'm going to support Duke and I'm going to ignore every other argument.
Duke.
You did have one good team and you know that.
And
like,
I guarantee
we're
you,
not
Jacob
saying, look, Duke could win the whole thing, and that's a great team.
Congrats.
Well, you're saying the conference is bad. The conference is still bad.
I guarantee you, Jacob was waiting until this game.
Your conference might not even be a conference in a couple of years.
Right.
So bad.
Go ahead, Raj.
He was waiting until this game ended so he could post that comment.
Yeah.
The one Duke fan on the internet, the rest are in study hall. Go to study hall, buddy. Learn something.
I didn't know this until the very end of the game, but apparently Drake put us on IG with a Bama thing on. So if I'd have saw that, I knew we were done.
I wouldn't even watch the game then.
Yeah,
Somebody
put
that in another group chat I was in, and I didn't even know about it. So
yeah, I was hurt, bro. I was like, oh man, Drake, you could have put on Duke, bro. You could have put on Duke. You could have wore Duke, bro. You could have wore Duke, dog. But no, he had on the Bama Crimson Tide. But, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And it ain't what it ain't. So, roll tide to that. We're going to move on. Bama going 4 right here, guys. What we mean by that is, obviously, the season's over. But there's possibly some guys leaving, possibly some guys coming back. I'm going to ask the question of this real quick. If you have the choice, obviously some guys are graduating don't have no eligibility, but guys that have the eligibility to come back, give me a guy, Raj. You lead us off, and then we'll let Pettey and Herb wrap us up. but give me a guy that you want to come back.
If the eligibility is still there,
Yes,
I would love to have Nelson back. And when it comes to eligibility nowadays, even if someone's a senior and they're getting ready to graduate, I feel like you could play college sports until you're 25 anyway. You figured it out.
Are you talking about Auburn's roster? That's Auburn's roster.
Yeah. Chad Baker-Mazur is like 30.
Yeah.
I would love to have Grant Nelson back. I love Sears. He's obviously an excellent three-point shooter, but offensively and defensively, I just love Nelson. I would love to have him back. Love to have Big Cliff coming back. I guess there's a question mark on Phylon. You know, he had a good game tonight. He didn't have a great tournament. I think he needs to come back for another year.
Roger, you gonna mention every player that needs to come back, so nobody any other. Like
my
you
bad.
just gonna take all the players, so we can't mention anybody else. Yeah,
JT.
Yeah, I know, Rod. Just hey, go ahead and take the photo, Rod. That's fine.
Answer the question.
Nelson.
Nelson was my pick. My bad. Grant Nelson.
Okay. Yeah.
Grant Nelson. That was funny to everyone heard. You can tell the brothers of the show for sure.
Man, I love my brother. Raj is a star, man. More people need to see Raj. Man. So he knows.
Raj is, man. And Pettey, who's a player that bought, eligibility wise, that we have him back. Obviously, who's the guy you want to see come back?
I'm going to cheat since he's probably going to get drafted, and Raj took everybody on the damn team, plus a few guys that hadn't got here yet.
Raj's like, I hope Nate Oates comes back.
Who's the pop star we got signed?
Who's the water boy?
Come back in 2029.
Like, God, dog,
I think, man, I want Phylon. I want another year of Phylon before the
Yes, I do too.
He's young, he was so raw, even with his youth, and you saw it tonight, man. His defensive ability at times, take over. I'd like to get Phylon with one more year experience, but I don't know if I doubt we're gonna get that. So
I agree. I doubt it, but I think there's a shot. I think with NIL
Jacob
gives us life.
Yes,
I've been giving you hell, and just to show that I'm a good sport, Jacob, I absolutely agree with you here. We ran into a buzzsaw. Duke is one of the best teams in college basketball.
Yes,
that
was your best comment, Jacob.
100%, because the thing about it, Jacob, is you think you're running into people that can't show respect what greatness is, what a great team is.
Right.
That's nothing to do with that, man. Duke is a great team.
Duke's
said
great.
The whole show.
No, you just
literally
said the SEC bias and stuff, and I just wanted to clear that up, man. Look, I ain't taking nothing away from Duke basketball. Duke basketball is a blue blood. When Alabama, look, if this is football, we have a whole nother conversation. But when it comes to basketball, we respect the fact that we're playing one of the greats.
When you say you want Bama in football, that's like Bama and Duke basketball. Like that's the same thing. Like Bama football is, that's Duke is Bama football and basketball. Like that's what it is, man. And it's elite. Always having the best talent. Always having the best guys. Cooper Flagg is literally just turned 18 years old, and he's the best player in the country. He's something. Definitely. So. I like that right there. Phylon's a great answer, Daniel Pettey. That's a great one there.
I want Phylon for one more year, man.
I'm definitely with you too, man. I'm that's probably my number one with you. Herb, who's a guy you would like to see come back, with the eligibility being intact?
Well, since Raj took all of them and Pettey took the last one, I'm gonna say Reitzel. Because he went out early enough, I think.
Could have gone like Robert Ory, or
he'll probably be red shirt, or medical red shirt.
You could have heard. You could have said like Mo Williams or Latrell Sprewell or Robert Ory, Antonio McDyess.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a tab right now that I have up. I have Alabama Waterboy. I was trying to figure out his name, but they won't show it to me. So. After Raj, the Professor Ragsdale, jumped on here and took every single name, I was like, well, let me go at Reitzel because
that boy said Greg Buren, the AD. We need him back.
Thought I was back on the show with Chris Williams on man. Anytime Chris, name one, and that dude rails off at least 12.
Name 7.
Yeah. But you have some young talents, like what Reed was doing out there, Houston Mullet before he got. Hurt, and shout out to him, man. We kind of read where he got hurt in a home accident, actually. Wasn't able to travel with the team for a while. So glad that he's back. And a really high energy guy. I think he improves your defense when he's out there too as well. So there's a lot of guys out there, but I'd love to see Ragsdale. I feel like because of the injuries and what's going on, his NBA future is probably not, staring him in the face. So I'd love to see, hey, pop him a little NIL, have him come back, one of your better 3-point shooters. And obviously going forward, you need length, So Sherelle out there and Reed out there, that might help you. And I'd love to see Stevenson figure out what he's doing out there half the time. It's
I don't know what he's doing half the time.
That's the problem. He goes from like a starter.
But when he does, it's like, oh yeah, there's that guy. I forgot.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Really good.
Every time, and you're like, this is why he's on the team and why he gets PT. Okay, yeah, all right, cool, yeah,
right.
But it's just like, but other times it's just like the invisible man.
Yes.
And then also another thing I want to put into perspective here. Old buddy from Duke, number 9. I can't remember his name.
Malak.
Yeah. So his size isn't far off from Cliff.
Nope.
Isn't far off from Diabate. Isn't far off from. He did. They do.
He played taller.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Okay, so if you have a 7'1" guy, but he plays with the ball down at his waist, then what's he playing at? He's playing at a 5'7" guys rate at that point. Look, you see what I'm saying? A lot of our guys are big guys and stuff like that too. Have to understand too, like, hey, you're a big guy, bro. Like, I know you're driving in with the ball, but when you go to pick that ball up, bring it up. Like, pull the ball up because they're down here, and then they're gripping the ball. Like, bring that ball up, like, and grab it. Like, obviously you don't want a one hand as a carry. I'm not saying carry, but when you come to put 2 on it, like, put it up. Be 6'9", 7 foot. Like, I just, man, I don't know. There was just some things that kind of got me on that. So, but a guy that I want to see come back. I know everybody kind of took a guy there. I like that. I would like to see, which I don't think he's going anywhere anyways, but I think it's going to be exciting just to see what it could build on here is Holloway.
Definitely.
I think him, obviously, staying, probably being a starter next year, getting a lot of PT, being a big pivotal of this offense, a pillar of the offense. Probably going to be a good scorer. Phylon will be a great pair with them too. You've seen flashes tonight where they was on fast breaks and that ball was going like ping, ping, ping. And it was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, good. I loved it. Pair some big guys with them and you can run an old school 2 guard, 3 kind of small forward, power forward, center type lineup too, instead of having like a small and a big and all that. You can run a really good balance and be good. So I think that could be exciting to see for next year. And I really would love to see him come back. But we'll kind of put a bow on that right here. Bama going forward, guys. We'll talk more on that on Thursday night. Join us at 7 p.m. Central Time for more on Bama going forward. We have player of the game. We wrote this out before we know. We're
giving this to Duke players.
Yeah,
no. We're gonna talk about the Tide. And just even though loss, who's some guys that you saw in a loss? What's a guy that you liked in the loss? Maybe a moment, maybe just some flashes that we can build upon with this right here. I'm not gonna start us off because I don't want to take my favorite. I ain't gonna do that. I'll let Herb go tonight first on this one because he went last on the last one. I'll let Herb
if I just read off the whole roster?
Don't let Ryan go first for whatever you do.
Read off the first one. Read off the first one.
Rod,
go ahead, Herb.
I like to. Yeah. So I'm not going to take the obvious one. Okay, the player that played the best. My player of the game is Nelson for the block on flag.
Oh, man.
That's it. That's it. That will be my biggest take. I'll be like, yeah. So Nelson, when I'm telling this to somebody's kids 20 years from, I'm like, so Nelson blocked Flag, and Flag was the #1 pick in the draft. Oh, what happened the rest of the game? I don't remember the rest of the game, but I just remember.
Don't even worry
Nelson
about it.
Nelson had 2 dunks, and he blocked Flag on the dunk. So that's it. Nelson gets it. I think he was a gamer. The tournament I thought was good for him. I thought he showed, kind of proved himself there. Getting off the bench against Robert Morris and saying, hey, I need in this. You got to show Nelson some love. So, but the block, that was probably the last time I got excited in this game. I think it was all pretty much There was no other excitement.
I agree, man. Nelson Block was pretty elite there, man. That was nice. Pettey, who you got, man?
Look, man, all of Duke's players look like NBA guys. We have
Yep.
one guy that looked like an NBA guy out there, and that's the one I want to come back, and that's Fallon. Again, he made plays after plays, but I'm going to go a different route. I mean, I think that's who you were alluding to when you said who played the best. Herb, I'm going to give the player Nate Oates. Nate Oates has got us to a position where every March we're sitting here.
Oh, I love that.
Good pick.
That's the one I want to give Nate Oates like the ball. Like Nate Oates has made basketball so much fun at Alabama. And we lost tonight. It sucks. We lost to one of the blue bloods of the sport. Got to tip your hat to a mega power in Duke. I expect to see him play Florida for the title. But Nate Oates, again, I won't file on to come back, but I'm giving Nate Oates his flowers tonight for making basketball at the Capstone so much dang fun. I'm glad I stopped myself from the kid one time. I haven't done it real well tonight. But Nate Oates, man, thank you for what you've done for Alabama basketball.
Excellent pick, man.
For us who spent so many hours in Coleman, half empty to games that nobody really gave a shit about, you've made this sport like. It's as good as the football program, buddy.
Yep.
And we
The
appreciate
emotions are there. Yeah.
And it's doing things that and it's bringing people in and it's selling tickets and making more people excited about things. Back-to-back elite eight. Tongue twisted. Back-to-back Elite Eights.
Too many Mountain Dews.
In the Final Four last year. Had a few.
You can't mix Code Red.
My part is this, that I've been up since about 3:30 a.m. with work, so I think that's mine. I've been going all day, so I think I'm running on E now, and I think that's it. And the loss kind of put the nail in the coffin for me right there. Didn't bring my energy up, but we're still here. It's going to be fun. We got 8A coming up too, guys, so don't forget about that. But, Raj, who is a guy you liked in the game tonight? Obviously, we lost. I know that. But who's a guy you like still in the loss that you think we can build on that just played great tonight?
Herb took the answer, so I'm just going to make my answer 1B. And it was Nelson. Obviously, he had the block, but it was just what he did to Cooper Flagg. I think coming into the game, I said if you could keep Flagg around 20 points, we could win. Obviously, I was wrong about that because we kept Flagg on. Nelson kept Flagg with 16 points, 6 for 16 shooting. But unfortunately, everybody else for Duke stepped up this game. But defensively, I just think Nelson did a hell of a job today. He made his presence known. Again, to Herb's point, he had a really, really good tournament, helped out his draft stock. I really hope he could come back to Bama somehow, some way. But obviously, he's probably going to go to the draft and figure out things from there. So kudos to him. And I appreciate what Nelson has done from coming over from North Dakota, man. He's really, really helped out the program. So kudos to him.
Yeah, he has used up his eligibility.
He has. Okay.
So Nelson is cool.
He has.
I was wondering if there's some sort of loophole out there.
Sears is out.
Can I ask a real quick question, though? Quick.
They're out.
Raj, how does it feel following your big brother on his answer? Like, are you good with that? Are you okay?
I've been doing it all my life, man. I got used to it. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So give me the obvious. Give me Fallon. Dude played great.
Yes.
Leading score. Fantastic all night. The only thing is, I think the problem why we lost is that he let his hair down. He should have just kept it twisted, bruh, and then we would have won. There's just like a superstitious thing, like you don't, that's what I was thinking. I don't know any other way, But he played great. The rest of the team just kind of took the night off, Well, I wouldn't say the night off, but just wasn't to you. This wasn't the night we could sleep and win.
Yeah. Right.
This wasn't Vanderbilt. This wasn't Robert Morris. This wasn't BYU even.
No.
This was the team. Everybody had to come in and play. If you're the best rebounder, guess what? We need 10 boards tonight, bro. Maybe 15. All right. Yep. You scored 20 points tonight. We need 25 tonight from you, bro.
Yep.
It was one of those nights.
Let's be real.
We need 12 tonight. All right.
This is one of the 4 teams of the sport. You see their jersey, and it don't matter how you circle it and you get up. Yeah. And someone said it, Sheila K, actually, right here. And, man, I'm not a fan of either team, but Bama came out flat, missing shots everywhere, even layups. I think Bama was their typical offense. It had been a closer game. flat, but I will say the emotion seemed different. Like there was something was off at the beginning of the game where I don't know, maybe
it
throughout
was.
it just did not.
It was.
I don't want to say the moment was too big because it wasn't. You're in the Final Four last year. This team's been there. It wasn't the moment, but it did seem like a little. They weren't themselves.
Yeah.
It almost. I'm gonna be real. It was almost like when you've seen a really, really good team all year go up against the SEC team in football, and you're like, yeah, they're really good, but are they SEC good? And I'm not saying like, are we ACC good? I'm just saying, are we Duke good? Like, that's what I'm trying to say, because Duke is like another level of basketball, period. Always will be. And I'm not saying we aren't. I'm not saying we are. It's just a legit question to ask when it comes down to it. It's a go in here question. What players do you see stepping up in Grant Nelson's spot and being as effective? I could definitely see Diabate if he comes back.
That portal. We need to go to the portal and get that guy from Bucknell.
Noah
Williams.
Yeah, and he went off against us. He went off against us, dude. That's the guy.
That's who I think too.
State, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The bigger question, and one that may require law enforcement to step in, is Herb. Who have you kidnapped? I mean, we're not all good at math. We're from the South, but adding up here.
Well, so first off, what is everyone saying that Henry doesn't look like me? Is that what y'all are saying?
He has it. I spent all day in the sun trying to get closer. He needs,
Henry, they're asking about you. Have you been kidnapped?
I don't think Henry goes outside as much as you do, Herb. I'll just put it like that.
That's what you're saying? Henry, tell everybody hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Listen, Herb,
you're happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here.
You say roll tide?
Words of Cat Williams, bro.
He said, can you tell him a roll tide? Can you yell it to him?
Good.
No. Henry, come on.
After that game, he's not excited, man.
I get it. I get it.
Herb, in the words of Cat Williams, when he was at the place, said, no, that baby may be named Daryl, but that does not mean he is from Daryl. I have been locked up for 19 consecutive years. Do you know what that means?
He said that
one after another.
That baby is from Mount Caucasus.
That baby is from Mount Caucasus. He said the land of Vikings. He was like, that baby walked in here with an 850 credit score right now.
They talking about you. You don't want to say hi to him? No. No, he said I'm shy now. Watch. Yeah.
Is it Noah Williamson visiting Tuscaloosa soon, or is that?
Yes, I think there's something in the works. I do believe there's something in the works.
And I wanted to kind of round that out because that's a good, and we'll seg that probably into our follow-up show.
We will.
This Bama team is not going to look like, get your pen and paper out because you're going to have to learn some new names and new faces because it's going to look a lot different next year.
Yes, we're going to talk about that at the end of the show. We'll give some flowers out to the team, to the players that we do have, guys. And to kind of put a wrap up on this show here tonight real quick, too. And we'll pull up some audience questions that we have. I think we have one or two. But you'll hear that on Thursday night, guys. Make sure you do join us 7:30 p.m. Central Time because only on our network do let's break out. Okay. So a fun fact, in high school, I used to do Cat Williams impressions in class so we didn't have to do classwork. And the teachers would love it.
And honestly, you favor
a lot alike.
Yeah, I can sound almost exactly like Cat Williams when I.
No, we're saying you look alike him too, though. Just
I like the white version. Yeah. Oh my God!
I wasn't even saying that. I thought y'all kind of had the same shade and everything. That's like
it's a great network here at the Bama Standard. Okay, make sure that you like and subscribe to this whole beautiful channel. And I say it all the time. If you don't like our face, there's another show on another day with another face that you might like. Check it out. But yeah, guys, we'll be live on Thursday night to kind of recap the whole season and more in depth on some things. Rod, you're more welcome to join us if you want to that night as well.
Appreciate
That'll be a good night. Do we have any questions?
Kind of just expect you to be there now. You better be there.
Yeah,
I can do it. I can be there.
Do we have any questions?
Great, Raj. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Kat, it
Oh,
is
God.
midnight on the East Coast and an all-day Saturday where some of us may have had some beverages. So, yes.
Yes, yeah. He said if Bama play Duke again with the outcome be South. I think we talked about that already, though.
Yeah, I brought that one up
and
earlier.
yeah, he said white cat. Yeah. So that's kind of it, guys. We'll kind of promote some shows right here on this beautiful channel. Daniel, Pettey, I know you have some. Actually, Herb, I'll let you kick us off because we're tomorrow night. So, and then we'll let Pettey go. Herb, what we got going on, brother?
I will address this question. There is a text thread that hasn't had a response in 3 or 4 days. So, I mean,
contracts pending. Contracts pending.
I'm just saying, there's a text thread.
I'm literally
And
going to be Adam
ain't
Scheffler
answers
for the Bama Standard here, and I'm gonna be tweeting in a
somebody
minute.
Somebody
I'm getting
dipped
word
out,
right
so I don't know.
now.
I haven't gotten my
Producer Justin.
voting pad yet. Like
Maybe
nobody
that's what it's waiting on.
And see, I got to put out the tweet and say I'm hearing rumors right now. The votes are looking like we're getting 31 to 30 right, or 31 to 31 right now. We're trying to confirm these votes in, getting the tallies
I need a mail-in ballot.
We got a mail-in ballot going on. We got voter IDs happening.
I
We are
mean,
here. Okay.
maybe that's
Whoa,
what we're waiting on. So, can I address one?
Oh,
Since it's on me, can I address one?
What's that?
I don't know what hey.
He said,
I don't know what the question is.
Herb.
I think that's in reference to what Justin's asking or mentioning right there. I'm assuming.
If it is, like I said, I've got to hold on. I'll check my phone real quick. No new text. Okay. So as of right now, Herb and Raj podcast. You can find us Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. You can check us, like I said, Herb and Raj podcast on YouTube and at Raj_Herb on Twitter as well. So I'm taking Florida.
Florida because the ACC sucks.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. Duke's tough.
Yeah.
I want to say Duke.
About it.
That way
can we say this? The takeaway that guy should take. Your conference can suck and you can be a great team. Those are two totally different things. If I tell you your conference sucks, like the Big 12 wasn't great, but Houston's still number 1 seed with a chance to be in the Final Four. Like, those are two mutually exclusive things.
Big
Texas Tech was the
Guess
next
who
big
won the
thing,
national title in football?
Yeah. You're right there. So he said that's a lie. I just sent a response.
Look, this can't turn into some drama session on air. We got we got people watching. This isn't a family show.
Really?
Raj abducted somebody's kid. Like,
did you just call me Raj?
That was Herb.
Did he say Raj?
7 babies. You go up there and get you one. Like raising Arizona up in here.
JT, I feel bad. JT, I feel bad for you having to host this sometimes.
Oh man, no, this is fun, man. This is fun. Raj, I'm gonna let the people know where they can find you at and what you got going on, brother.
Say I don't have much going on unless Herb tells me I have something going on. So it's at the Herb and Raj podcast, man. Herb pretty much runs everything. I'm the younger brother, so I got to do what I'm told. Herb and Raj podcast and everything on all social medias. My personal Instagram though is Marcel81, MARCELL81. That's on Instagram, but on Twitter, that's where we're big at, a Herb and Raj podcast. So please follow us if you're not. Same at YouTube. We got the YouTube channel going on as well. So.
Yeah, and he started an OnlyFans to help support the Twins.
Check them out, guys. Check them out, guys.
I was on FarmersOnly.com, but Auburn people got me kicked out.
Yeah.
Man. Oh man, that might have been a different website. That might have been Farmers Only. Daniel Pettey, let the people know what you got going on, brother.
Well, they can find me at witness protection or answering questions about what I've been witness to on the show. Some, the questions I'll have to answer about what's going on in Rogers' screen later on tonight from the FBI. Outside of that, I'm all over this wonderful network.
Are you still calling Raj? Are you still calling Herb Raj?
Oh, I did it. I haven't done that in forever. That is, I was due. I have not done that since y'all supposedly joined the network. That's
my gosh.
That was good. That was good.
I haven't done that in so long.
You haven't, and that was good because you did it so sincere. You did it sold. You were like, Raj up there.
God dog it, man. I was so
He even
confident.
pointed.
I think
He
if
even
you do
pointed.
something
Oh,
with
Raj up
confidence,
there.
it can be let go. Guys, if I'm
good.
cooking with
Oh,
confidence,
that's
I don't
good.
care how damn inaccurate it is. It's like that scene from Animal House when he said Germans bombed Pearl Harbor. Hey, no, just let him cook. Just let me cook.
Let him cook.
Look,
Let
I
him
don't get
cook.
you think I'm good with names? Talk to me. Let me bring my kids in here. They
Oh,
got
yeah,
37
dude.
friends.
Oh.
I couldn't tell you one of them kids' names. I get them
Wow.
all.
Same Petty. Same Petty. I do the same thing, dude. Names.
Oh,
And
no names.
my
So
worst enemy.
I can't believe, man. Damn it. Well, the good thing
Petty.
about me answering questions, Herb, when they do question, the FBI does question me, like, we can't ask this dumbass anything. We can't even get their names right. He doesn't know.
He's like, yes, sir. Raj was on the program, and he had that kid with him, and they're running out to Texas to try to figure out what's going on. Like, this mother.
Like, we can't even question this guy. Like, he may be, like,
Wow.
we need to just dig into him. Like, if he can't answer this, something's off.
No, that's a good
Oh, my
laugh
God.
right there.
Oh, Lord. I'm on this network Mondays with Smoke Dixon. If you don't know, he likes to create stuff. Mondays, 7:30, opening kick. Tuesdays, I'm with the A team on the Bama Standard 7. And then with you guys, we'll do a final wrap next Thursday.
So
And I'm
We
out.
sure
I'm
will,
done. I'm
guys.
just going to eat my peanuts and that from my drinking like I'm sitting at the bar and be quiet.
yeah.
So, guys, we thank you guys for joining us tonight. We've had a great show. I want to thank Pettey. I want to thank Herb for making this season throughout the season, making this a great show
Awesome
as well.
job,
They
guys.
have done a lot of great work, and Raj joined us as of late. Thank him as well.
Yes, thank
and
you.
he'll join us here for the recap as well.
Yep.
And you like see, at least I'll say this: I am bad with names, but listen, and I have bombed the worst names, Pettey. So to make you feel better, I'll end the story here. Big Chris and Big Mike. You know how they're laughing right now.
Oh, my.
You see how they're laughing.
Did we not tell you this story, Pettey?
No.
We were at
A-Day.
8A game, and Big Mike,
tell
who you
him.
see over there at the Run-In Wrestling Pod, one of our good friends, does a wrestling podcast. But like all our thumbnails and stuff like that, cutting up our show, Mike does a lot of stuff for us.
Yeah.
We're live on A-Day, and there's JT, and he's like, oh, we got JB, we got Herb, we got Big Chris with us, and blah, 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 blah. And we get off the air, and I go over to him, I go, oh, man, that was nice. His name's Mike, though.
That was awesome, but his name's Mike.
Yeah.
But it was the funniest moment ever because he was like, hey, I'm just happy to be here, bro.
Look, at this point in my age, if I'm saying it with confidence, just let me go. Now, if I'm stuttering through it, you can stop me because I'm nervous. But if I'm confident
I said it in the most confidence.
Yes. My boy, Big Chris over here. I was like, yeah, okay.
Like, you put a gun to my head, that says my homie Chris.
Well, you remember that the South Florida, we're doing the live show, and Cece's sitting next to me, and I'm like, you know what I'm talking about, Cece? You're on the dance team, and she looks dead at me on live TV. She's like, I wasn't ever on the dance team. It's like, oh, you look like you were on the dance team. Maybe.
I was there. Pettey,
you know what I would have said? Oh, maybe
one.
I was on the dance team. Maybe I'm thinking of me. My bad.
Herb, you were there that night. That's the night we were in the museum that night, bro. And they were on air. Oh man, I remember that night too.
Yes.
God, good times, man. Good times there, guys. I said it with my chest, Kyle. You ain't lying. I
He
did.
Confident boy.
With my chest,
no hesitation. My boy, Big Chris over here. I was like, yeah.
I wish I could find that
Big
video
worm
now.
to my left.
Yeah. In my face, I'm like, Big Chris. Who? Oh.
Yeah, do we add somebody to our posse? Like Mike. Like Mike, where's Chris? That's good. Check us out tomorrow night, guys. We're gonna be live at 7 p.m. Central Time. Sunday night talking Bama. You'll get Herb with us. You get myself with us. You're gonna get JB. You're gonna get Stephen M. Smith with us as well, guys. And we're going to have some great topics, guys. We're going to be talking about something the NCAA just came out with. And they could be talking about some possible joint practices, some 11-on-11s, maybe some, instead of an 8-day practice spring game, maybe you practice game against Auburn. Maybe you practice game against Georgia or Tennessee or another team like that, and you get some reps. There's some stuff that is being talked about right now. Don't say it's going to happen, but we're going to talk about it tomorrow night. We're also going to talk about A-Day, what it's going to look like too. That's a lot of people got some questions. We're going to clear up some things on the A-Day talk. And
Is Clint
great
Lamb
stuff.
going to be on your show?
No, he will be on the following Sunday. Something came up this Sunday. He will not be on this Sunday, but I see. He said Clint Lamb. No, I told you this, Justin. I literally said this like days ago, but I don't know. We was on the phone though talking. But yeah, Clint won't be on.
I was going to say, if you text him,
on,
he might not have read it because I know how that goes.
Oh God.
Clint will be on next Sunday because of something. I don't know. That's when we'll be on. But we'll talk about that, guys. That'll be a great one too to have on.
It's always the answer.
Well, guys, that wraps us up right here, guys. Bama basketball season is over with. And I'll end it off with this. The whole starting five is leaving. When Pettey was talking about that, you can bank on that probably. You're probably going to see a whole new starting five Bama basketball.
Yeah, we're hoping to hold
the
season
for 2025.
Yeah,
hoping to hold Phylon, but Phylon was he did start some, rotated, so I wasn't really counting him as a starter. I'm thinking of the other guys.
That's me just throwing it out into the universe. I'm just throwing
eligibility like Sears, Nelson, and Amori. Yep. I think eligibility right there.
Yes,
I think those three are already done for. So everything else we'll see, guys. That's gonna end it for tonight, guys. Say how Monday, I can't understand what you said when you like that. It's like listen to Busta Rhymes. That is kind of true, Justin. I'll give you benefit of the doubt. But yeah, Clint will be on. Man. Clint will be on next Sunday. Sorry about the confusion, guys. But either way, and I do believe he's going to be on the Bama Standard coming up too soon, guys. So you can catch him 2 times on this network right here. We're going to have different shows. They won't be the same content, so you don't have to worry about watching rerun content. It will be different stuff we'll talk about. Obviously, different stuff will happen between those days and those shows too that we'll talk about at practice those days. A lot of stuff going on, guys. And also, if you ain't got no wire in on A-Day, you're not going to be there for A-Day, guess what? You need to be plugged into this channel right here because we're going to provide all the A-Day updates, all the A-Day news, video, whole bunch of stuff, guys. We're going to be there. And if you're going to be at A-Day, make sure you find us. We've got some announcements coming out soon. That's it, baby.
We're working on some locations for a live show. We may be on Timerson Square somewhere in a bar, but just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Daniel Pettey said stay tuned. I may or may not bring the skates with a pole. We'll see how it goes. Never know.
Stripper pole?
That sounds like my bachelor night. What are you talking about?
Hey, throw down the hat. Throw down the hat, man.
Big Chris poles.
No roll tide?
Big Chris will be at A-Day. Big Chris. But this will be a good one, guys. See you at A-Day. See you tomorrow night. Y'all have a good one.
Henry says bye, roll tide.
Don't give a piss about nothing but the time, baby.